Hi, I'm Dr. Lawrence Woods, and a very common question I get every day is how to sit when I have buttock pain. So let me go through the essentials, and some of those tips I'm going to give you right now you've probably never heard of. So let's go through the basic stuff to start with. Okay, when you're sitting, you want to make sure your hips, your knees, and your feet are all in alignment. You want to keep your knees and your feet shoulder width apart, and you want to make sure they're aligning like you're skiing, so to speak. Okay. Number two, you never, ever want to cross your legs, because when you cross your legs, you're creating an imbalance in your pelvis and you're creating tension in your hips and your low back. So you always want to keep your feet flat on the floor, okay? Number three, movement. Movement is the best posture is always a moving posture. And so you never want to sit more than 20, 30 minutes. You always want to get up and move. Make any excuse to get up. If you're doing meetings, get up from the phone. Bathroom breaks, coffee breaks, make sure you have to get up to move. But just do anything, any kind of tip, any kind of trick you can do to keep moving throughout the day. And it's not against the law to stand, by the way. Number four, and this is where it gets really interesting, and this is, I promise you probably never heard of any of this that I'm about to talk about now. Okay, surface area. You want to make sure when you're sitting on your seat, and I recommend using a seat cushion if you have buttock pain, you want to increase the surface area. So the more flesh that's on the seat or seat cushion, the better off you are, because you're dispersing your weight into your muscles and not into the bony prominences. Now, if you have buttocks pain, the big complaint with a lot of my patients is you have these three bony prominences here. You have the coccyx and the two what they call ischial tuberosities. And if in the y-axis, if you're coming straight down on your spine like that, you're going to create pressure points and you're going to exacerbate your buttock pain. So let me show you what I recommend for my patients. I recommend when you're sitting, you want to make sure, I'll show you here, that your hips are always higher than your knees. Now, when your hips are higher than your knees, that tilts the pelvis forward and it puts the spine back into its natural or neutral posture S-curve. So your spine acts like a coil or spring, rather than, if we take this cushion out, in the y-axis like a pogo stick. So the pressure's coming straight down on those three bony prominences. Now, what I recommend for my patients is to sit on a kind of a wedge. And there's a lot of caveats to the wedge. It's not just any simple wedge. It's really important to get this right. You want to make sure that it's roughly, when you're sitting from trunk to thigh, it's roughly about 110 degrees. And we found this works really, really well. And we confirmed this with muscle studies and so forth. I recommend using, if you're going to get a wedge, you want to get the base foam to be a nice firm base foam to hold you in that appropriate angle. And the top foam, the top needs to be a soft layer. Now, the only foam that I recommend is the best foam in the world, and that's natural latex. Due to its pressure support, it's great for spinal alignment, and it offers this springiness, or what we call resilience, which is critical, especially if you have buttock pain. And so I use natural latex for all my patients. I find it's the best even for the lumbar supports. The top material of your seat cushion should have a grippy four-dimensional, or what they call, scientists call isotropic. So it's just stretch in 4 dimensions, because again, you want to increase the surface area if you have buttock pain. So you're dispersing, again, your weight into your tissues, not into the bony prominences. The bottom of your seat cushion should be non-slip. And so therefore it can grab and grip wherever you are. I recommend you always use a hard surface. Sitting on couches or soft chairs is not ideal. And then it should be portable, transportable. You want to make sure that you want to sit in alignment and have good posture, no matter if you're in the movies or you're going out to dinner, taking a flight, driving your car, sitting at home watching the TV. So these points are really essential, and I think you should consider them. And thank you for watching.